morning and welcome to Today in LA. Hoping that you're doing well this morning on a rainy, I was saying beautiful. I reckon every day is a beautiful day, but this one's a rainy day in Troy, Alabama. Hope everybody's doing well. And old St. Nick, this old guy can dance now, I'm telling you. Yes, sir. Santa's getting ready to come to your house a week from today. Can you believe that? And old Santa wears cowboy boots, rain boots, snow boots, whatever. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. And Santa Claus is coming to town. And want to remind all of you to shop Troy this holiday season and keep that tax money right here in town. And of course, again, we're excited about Christmas just like all of you are, and we'll be being involved, have old Santa involved in our show throughout the next few days. Of course, I want to remind you we've got a cake sale coming up on Tuesday and another big one on Friday. So you folks wanting to buy, instead of sending that sweetheart of yours into the kitchen to bake a cake, we're going to have plenty of them you can buy right here on our show this week, and we'll be doing that very soon. Of course, old Santa's got a buddy here too, and he's also going to be playing some tunes for you later on. And of course, Alabama and Auburn getting ready for the big bowl games, and of course Troy wins in big fashion, 50-30 over North Texas in the New Orleans Bowl, played in New Orleans on Saturday. I was down there, and gosh, we had a great time. We got in there on Friday morning, well, actually Friday afternoon, and went to the parade that night and the pep rally that night over at Manning's, and that's I want to say it was Peyton Manning, but it's not Peyton Manning. It's his daddy's place, and his daddy Archie has a bar called Archie Manning's or Manning's, and those boys are in there periodically. And Archie was there Friday night. Huge Troy crowd. I couldn't be more prouder of a fan base than what Troy did on the weekend. I mean, starting on Friday with a huge crowd at Manning's for the pep rally, and of course our radio was there, our pep band was there, and then of course throughout the night different functions going on, and of course on Saturday everybody, the band was staying in the hotel, same Marriott hotel that had 1,300 rooms, and hey, they were packed with Troy folks, I promise you that. And there was, I'm going to tell you, I'm just guessing, but 12 to 15,000 Troy people were at the game without any doubt, and that's pretty good group of folks. I think the total attendance was right at 30,000, so a good turnout for that ball game, which was played at noon on Saturday. Of course, Troy got out to an early lead, and I tell you, man, they played very good football the entire game, even though many of their players were injured. A lot of their skilled players, Chun did not even dress. You had 4 or 5 receivers that were hurt, but the guys that did play played very well, and I know there's a lot of happy folks in Troy, Alabama today, and with the program. Of course, quarterback Brandon Silvers was the most valuable player in the game, throwing 4 touchdown passes. He was outstanding, I'm telling you, the entire ball game, and Troy's defense was also equally good against the Mean Green. So it was a great bowl victory for Troy, and it will not surprise me, and that's what we got our fingers crossed, if Troy maybe very possibly break the top 25 this week. which will be a tremendous compliment to their program. So off in Adam, Troy beats North Texas in the first bowl game in New Orleans 50-30. In the Orlando at the Cure Bowl, Georgia State beats Western Kentucky 27-17. That's another Sun Belt victory. South Las Vegas Bowl, Boise State beat Oregon 38-28. In the New Mexico Bowl in Albuquerque, Marshall beat Colorado State 31-28. And in the Camellia Bowl in Montgomery, Middle Tennessee upset Arkansas State 35-30. We're going to call Johnny Williams sometime this morning and get him find out how pleased he was with that bowl game. In fact, we'll try to call him in a few minutes and do so. Bart Snyder is our guest today, and we're going to be taking a look at the Goshen Eagles and their season, the highlights of their season. It's going to be a lot of fun today, and we'll be talking about more of the bowl game that Troy played in this week. Of course, the Marriott was rocking with Troy people, and it was just a great venue for a football game. And again, we're so proud of the efforts of our Troy people that came down for the game on Saturday, or the guys that came down as early as Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It was a fun time. I saw a lot of people I hadn't seen in a long time, and it was just a great day to be a Trojan. And come on in here, Bart Snyder. Bart Snyder is our guest, and of course the head football coach of the Goshen Eagles. What we're going to do, we're going to take a short break here, and ladies and gentlemen, he wants to say Merry Christmas to all of you. And it's Christmas time in Pike County, Alabama. Of course, Bart Snyder had his a great Christmas coming up. And we're going to be seeing some great highlights of Goshen High School's wonderful 2017 football season right after these messages.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
The new Smokehouse Pizza from Little Caesars is our first pizza with 3 smoked meats. So we got barbecue champion Big Mo Quezon to test it out. 8-hour smoked brisket.
Certified beefified.
10-hour smoked pulled pork.
Certified hoggified.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Certified baconfied.
Drizzled with tangy barbecue sauce plus a Smokehouse seasoned crust.
Certified smokified.
The new Smokehouse Pizza. Only $9 and only at Little Caesars. Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
The new Smokehouse Pizza from Little Caesars is our first pizza with 3 smoked meats, so we got barbecue champion Big Mo Quezon to test it out. 8-hour smoked brisket.
Certified beefified.
10-hour smoked pulled pork.
Certified hoggified.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Certified baconfied.
Drizzled with tangy barbecue sauce plus a Smokehouse seasoned crust.
Certified smokified.
The new Smokehouse Pizza. Only $9 and only at Little Caesars.
Napa know-how.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how. Napa know-how.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Got you coming up right now. Back to our show, brought to you by Ideal Graphics, and I want to say hello to Tony and Laurie and all the great folks. They moved their operation from South Brundage Street over to the new section, business section,
Go there
right behind Ford.
That's right. The
County
Dodge
Ford.
store, and
Yeah.
all those. Yes, sir.
They do a great job. Y'all use them
Yes,
a
sir,
lot?
we do. They do an outstanding job. Great people.
Yeah.
Great people.
Bart Snyder's our guest, and of course Mike Amos is on the phone. Mike, did you have a good weekend, and did you get up early enough to watch some good football?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend. Of course, we got 2 little baby girls, so it's kind of, I try to watch what I can watch, but I got to watch pretty much all the Troy game, and looks like Troy had a good crowd. And
show the crowd. We didn't fill up the upper deck, but we filled up that bottom section over there in the.
I mean, it was a huge win for Troy with 8, pretty much starters. DeAndre Douglas goes out on the first play.
I know it. They taped his ankle all ball game long, and I don't think he ever got back in there.
Then Jordan Chun decides not to play.
Did he decide not to play?
Well, he's got the East West Shrine game coming up, so I don't know if that was a factor or not. But Josh Anderson, who had been a backup his whole career.
Boy, he really looked good. And I like him as much as I like Chun, to tell you the truth.
He was impressive.
Chun's pretty good, but Anderson played great in that game.
What Anderson does is punish folks, man. I tell you, he's something.
But, 11-2, best record we've ever had since we've been, Division I.
The other great record was when Jeremy Ryle was a quarterback, and when we went 11-1 in regular season. I think we ended up
11-0 in regular season.
11-0, and then we won one playoff game. We were 12-1. Is that right?
Yeah, but at the end of the season we were 11-1 when we got beat. We got beat in the first round.
I know, but were we 11-1 or 12-1?
11-1.
Oh, all right. So this ties our best record ever, really.
Right.
As far as wins,
the national championship teams had to win 12 games, didn't they?
Yeah. They were 11-1-1, I think.
As a Troy historian, you've been to probably about 500 games. This has to be the greatest Troy football team ever, other than a national championship team.
It was pretty good, and what everybody
when you win the conference championship and you beat LSU at LSU.
Yeah.
This
I think it might be
the Troy teams ever.
I think it might be the best Troy team ever.
They definitely had a lot of great accomplishments out there, and as far as history goes at state, the record and the teams in which they play definitely puts them in that category as being, if not the best one.
And you talk to anybody, and I saw 2 or 3 North Texas people came up to me. We were in the court of 2 sisters, having a banana Foster's. Have you remember what a wonderful dessert that is?
Yeah, banana Foster's.
They burn it right in front of you, and it's just unreal. But Mike, I ran into, and all that, what they had to say was, man, y'all got a great defense. they were one of the top offenses in the country, and really, other than maybe a snap over our quarterback's head, and it is a romp.
Right, that's exactly right.
I mean, they had a good offensive football team, but our guys are just crushers, man. They're crushers.
Yeah, I mean, that's Weatherspoon not playing on defense. Blyce Brown, the best corner, not playing on defense.
That's right.
Big Tony, I mean, when it's all said and done, Neil Brown's done a great job, but Big Tony has been phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Of course, we lose a coach. We have lost.
Coach Edenfield's going to go.
Edenfield.
Coach with his friends. You can't blame him for that.
Yeah, and of course, Campbell, the new head coach at South Alabama, played on Rick Rhodes' 1987 national championship team, and of course, been around here a long time. Married a Troy girl, came back and coached here for the last 10 years, and but he gets an opportunity, to go and coach with Haystacks on that tournament, on that staff too, Mike.
Greg Stewart's the defensive coordinator.
Not the prettiest coach in the world, but one of the best. You know him. They call him Haystack because he built like a haystack.
Right.
He was a great player at Troy, but I mean, you can't blame Coach Edenfield. He'll get to call the plays down there. Coach Brown calls.
Yeah, Coach Brown. Yeah, you're right. He was just a position coach pretty much. Even though he was getting a salary now of a coordinator, I think. Yeah. But also
interesting to see what Troy does with that move. If they'll promote Sean Reagan's quarterback coach, the offense coordinator, or how that'll work. I don't know.
Well, let me tell you a young man out there that I want them to do. There's a young man on their staff right now that's not full time that needs to be full time, and he was a great player here, and he's a great young coach.
Yeah, Levi Brown.
Levi Brown, don't you agree?
I agree 100%. He does.
And he is a
job.
sharp guy and was one of the all-time best quarterbacks ever played at Troy. And he's the kind of guy that can go out and recruit and so forth. And it would tickle me pink that they would do something like that. But let me tell you this: you can talk about all the coaches out there, but I think maybe the best football coach is our offensive line coach. He is. What did he do with our offensive line? Let me tell you, I saw a bunch of guys last spring that I said, man, I don't know if we can win with him or not. Mike, our offensive line is pretty. I mean, I'm talking about big, strong, and pretty. You see them run out on that field, and I say, God, where those guys come from? Because they're the hardest people in college football to recruit.
They are, because you miss out on
It's just not that many of them out there. You think about
it. And to get someone to want to sacrifice themselves the way an offensive lineman does, I mean, you don't get their name called out on TV and things, but, to have a coach like Moore that does that stuff right there, it's just amazing what he does.
You get your name called out on TV a lot, though, Coach, because it's from Holden or
Correct. But not in a positive way, and the things that they get.
But don't you agree with me, Mike, that he is just one exceptional coach? Now, he's the guy we don't. Now, if I heard he was leaving, it'd bother me, man. It'd bother me bad. And
him and Edenfield were co-offensive coordinators.
Yeah, I know, and I love Edenfield. Don't get me wrong, but I can see why I want to keep it.
I'll tell you what, I'll be devastated if somebody gets Big Tony. That's what
I know. You're right. Hey, those are two premium football coaches.
They are.
Mike.
Sunday getting moved up is ridiculous. I mean, you really, got to get out there and recruit these next few days, and then Friday day is Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know this: that bonuses. When you win a bowl game, I know the head coach gets some bonuses, but I'm sure the assistant coaches get some bonuses too. Don't you think?
Yeah, they will be. It's just. I don't know where you can get Neil's salary at. Lane Kiffin makes about $960 at FAU. Husband at Lafayette, who got fired, was making about $1 million. He was the highest paid coach in the Sun Belt, so I don't know if you can get Neil.
Well, he didn't last much longer after he was making $1 million.
Yeah. Former Alabama assisted as the new head coach.
Napier.
Napier's the head coach?
Yeah.
Now, former offensive line coach at Alabama's got a head coaching job too, didn't he?
Yeah, Mario Cristobal got the head job at Oregon.
Oregon. God, that was a great opportunity for him.
It was. He didn't fare too well in the bowl game.
And he didn't do very well when he was at Florida Atlantic or Florida International, Mike?
He was at Florida International. He had the great wide receiver that still plays for the Colts. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
The Sun Belt had a banner day until Arkansas State just laid the egg against
Yeah, they didn't even look like the same team. They didn't dominate like they normally do, you know, physically. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, they played horrible. They had a chance at the very end to win, but got sacked a couple times. But
Yeah.
the biggest surprise of the day was Georgia State beating Western Kentucky today.
And
yeah.
they beat them.
I thought Western Kentucky would light them up.
Yeah, I did too.
You know, it's a mental thing in a lot of ways. You know, we were talking about the Troy game. Troy just literally romps in that game if they don't snap it over the guy's head. And Mike, it was the most blatant clip I've ever seen in college football on that play. Did you see that?
No, sir.
I mean, high in the world. No, not his. Now, he blocked the guy trying to, you know, to keep him away from the ball. But somebody came in behind our guy, and nobody called it though. You know. But it was a big victory.
I'll say this. I mean, Coach Blaney had some amazing years at Troy, but Neil Brown now has won 10, now won 11. The most games Coach Blaney won in D1 was 9, and that was when Levi Brown was the quarterback. So, I mean, we're in uncharted territory as far as, I mean, what we're doing right now is phenomenal.
We were 10-3 and 11-1. Is that right?
11-2.
11-2. Oh, that's right, 11-2.
They lose to South Alabama, but then the Boise loss looks even better. Boise wins their conference, and then they beat Oregon by 10.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't go to that Troy Boise game to open the season next year, that's how to be the biggest crowd in Troy history next year.
And let me tell you something about them. They are returning everybody. Everybody's coming back with Boise. That guy can coach.
He
Mike.
does a great job.
And class.
Yes.
He's a class operator. The head coach at Boise.
Brian Hartson does a really good
He
job.
is really good. And of course, we're talking football right now.
How was that? That looked really unique on TroyTrojans.com. The kids graduating.
I was at that event, and you know who was sitting right down there taking autographs with Archie Manning, Mike.
He was there.
Yeah, he owns that bar called Manning's. He and his boys.
It's like a restaurant too.
Yeah, it's real nice. It's a nice restaurant. You're right.
But I mean, if anybody didn't know what we're talking about, they actually, the players and the Sound of the South, anybody that wanted to actually do graduation, they missed it in Troy that day. So Chancellor Hawkins and everybody was there, and they had their cap and gown and actually graduated on top of the building there. That was pretty awesome.
Did you know I did not even know that Ware was going to be the speaker at our graduation? I don't get the information that I need to be getting. I don't know why.
Yeah, I tell you what, basketball team really needs to get Bernardo back down. They got beat by 24.
It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close, was it?
No, Person scored 25.
Yeah, but against Arkansas and so forth. Bart Snyder is our guest, and we're going to get around to talking Goshen football in a moment, but this is fun. Of course, Mike, something big that could be coming up as early as tomorrow will be the polls, the AP. Well, is the AP coming out today? The AP and the...
it probably won't come out until the end of the bowl season.
Yeah.
Will Troy be in the top 25?
They'll have a chance.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
That'd be great, especially end of the season and at the start of the 2018 season.
All right, Coach.
A lot will help if LSU beats Notre Dame and gets to 10 wins.
Correct.
Coach, you know who I've heard people talk about all week, and I was one of them. I was the worst. Is your kicker. I hope, like all get out, Troy will get your kicker. Somebody told me that he kicked 90% of his kickoffs in the end zone.
That's correct.
That is phenomenal for a high school guy.
It is. And let me tell you, the one thing that was amazing to us that last ball game was the number of people that came in and as he was warming up, moved down to the south end zone.
He was like he was putting on a clinic. 58 yards in one of the kicks. Was 58 yards. Did you know that, Joe, Mike?
He was punting from just past the 40 to our new gym and facilities down there, and he was punting out of our stadium into the parking lot over there, and we had to send our managers out there to throw the ball in.
I've known this kid all of his life because he grew up here and played baseball. You know, watched him play baseball. And of course, his dad is
Dr. Hamlin.
Dr. Hamlin, the eye doctor. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And he is just an outstanding athlete to go with everything. He probably could play a position, couldn't he?
I tell you what, as a long snapper, that's amazing. I mean, he was showing some of the kids how to snap, and
he's a good snapper.
Oh, great day! That ball doesn't get no more than 4 foot high.
You know what? You can go to the NFL with that. You know,
and he can do it. I mean, he is good.
But the thing about him, not only was he.
Do y'all use the Wilson football?
Yes, sir. That's what we use with Alabama High School.
You know, there's a kicking football out there that helps you kick it about 10 yards further.
It is?
Yeah, it's like a different ball than your actual game ball.
Well, I need you to get that one to me then, because we're going to need that extra 10 yards.
He's in the sporting goods
I
business.
do know that. I need to.
Oh, I've seen Bart many times.
Yeah, you need to do some business, man. He's local, man. He's local.
Trust me, I know where Goshen is.
Yeah, I know. Well, I tell you what.
Y'all had a great season. I was keeping up with y'all as much as I could. Thank goodness for Facebook and AOL.com. Y'all had a great season, and I know that I had to make you being really proud with these seniors, of course, coaching your son.
Oh, it was wonderful.
That game against St. Luke's is going to be one of the most exciting, crazy games of all time.
It was unreal. It was something to, it was on the radio and, of course, streamed. But I tell you, the thing that amazed me is, like you were talking about, Mr. Mike, about the Troy fans down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
When we went we played there at Theodore High School, and
y'all didn't play. They didn't play at their stadium.
They don't have a stadium.
They don't.
No, they don't have lights.
So, St. Luke's don't have lights, Mike.
They
but they get everybody they want, though, don't they?
Well, they have a real good ball team, and I don't know.
They are just a Catholic school down there. Is that right?
Okay. But now they we chartered a bus, the band chartered a bus, and then we had a small bus for our fans to go down on, and 46 passenger bus, and we knew there'd be a few others to show up. We go out and do our warm-ups and stuff, and we go back in, and we had to walk quite a distance to where our locker room was, and it was kind of cool out there that night. Matter of fact, it was cold. But when we come back out at game time and we try to get our guys out there, we don't want them standing around. We like them running right on the field and play. And we were just, as coaches, we were just amazed. We had more people there than St. Luke's did, and they had a large crowd. I mean, we were just really amazed at the number of people that came and support that we were given for that game, and all season. We always get it, but to travel down south of Mobile to play in a game,
no question,
and as cold as it was to be, also it was Veterans Day weekend.
And that was one of the most, had to be the most unreal game you ever played in your life. Now, when I turned it on, y'all getting beat 2, maybe 3 touchdowns at one time in that game.
Well, we were behind 21-0 in the first quarter. We had not had, this is a great stat for our group that we didn't mention all year. We fumbled or lost 1 fumble the entire regular season.
Oh, man.
1 fumble. And that was in the Elba ball game. And it was just a slip up right there. And then 2 consecutive series is on a kickoff. We fumbled the ball, they scored, and then the next series we fumbled the ball, and we only had 3 lost turnovers and only 5 interceptions on the year.
People were starting to get on you.
Wilson also makes a slippery ball, Coach. I can get you as well.
Okay, we just need that for punch.
Hey, something, Mike. The people are starting to get on you in the latter part of the season because you weren't bragging at all on your son. Your son was having a bad year. Now, against St. Luke's, he might have done in an individual effort as much as any quarterback I've ever heard of. We're talking about 7 touchdown passes.
Right.
7 touchdown passes, and he ran for another one. The thing that impressed me when I got down there 2 hours early, the thing that I was impressed about was not only can he throw it, but he's quick. He's got real quick feet.
He does.
And he runs the ball very well. He is capable of being a good college quarterback somewhere.
We're so 100% of that, and that's talking as a coach, not as a dad. My parents have taught me all life you separate the two, and playing and getting out there to coach. That's the one thing that I've done is And it's, when I walk on that field, I'm a coach, not a dad.
Exactly. I know it.
And
but you know, you I don't know if you were unconsciously doing it, but you never said much about your own son. and Zach Alford was plenty to talk about, the great running back and pass more than all them. But boy, I tell you, Brock had a great year. How did he end up? How many touchdowns did he end up throwing?
He ended up throwing 29.
29
touchdown passes and only 5 interceptions.
That shatters the Goshen record, I know.
Oh, I'm sure, yes, sir. And, you know, just as you said, he's a quiet leader, and he just does. And that's what Coach Lee from down at St. Luke's called and told me. He says the next morning, you know, the talk radio shows was talking about their kid and what a game he had, in which he is an amazing athlete. That guy's so quick, so fast. I can't even.
How do you compare him now with the guy from that was so good from Leroy? I know Leroy got a lot younger, but this guy is
completely two different styles of runners. That kid was amazing. I don't even know how to. He's one of those.
Was he a quarterback? Was they do it out of the Wildcat?
They did it out of the Wildcat. They were in like a little spread formation, but now he could run it and he could throw it. But that's one of the things that we did. We broke down a lot of film on him and felt like we didn't realize just how good he was running, and it was hard to tell until you saw him in person. But we knew he could throw the football. And he'd beat a lot of teams by throwing the ball behind.
Is he a senior?
He's a junior.
A junior, okay.
And 1A gets to deal with him.
I imagine y'all have never been probably down 21-0 and came back and won a game, have you?
I don't know. Not only one time, but we were down 21 points 3 different times.
As bad as that sounds, sometimes you're able to relax a little bit.
Well, and that's the great thing that they never quit.
Even though you're down 21 points, you say, "Gosh, well, let's just do what we can do," you know.
Well, and their comment was, you know, we as a staff was, you know, we're not doing what they were capable of doing, and we kept saying, "Look, guys, you got this. Just be calm."
This is in the semifinal or second round.
Third round.
Third
round of playoffs, and just, you know, the team never lost composure. They never broke, and that's what Coach Lee said. It was an amazing thing to him is you're down 21 points right off the bat. We thought, well, we got this. No, y'all kept working, and right before half, you know, you get it within 1, and you come back within 2, and you come back out, and you drive down the field, you get it 1. That first play, that guy goes 80 yards for a touchdown. And you're right back, you know. Do you think that's going to take
what I think was a very good defense? I don't think it was enough said about your defense, how good it was.
Going into that game, the most points we'd given up was to Elba. You know, and they
a good
Elba team, and they were healthy, 100% healthy at the time in which we played them, and we were not. We were out Alford at that time, you know, and not putting it all on Zach because we know it's a team sport and. We had our opportunities to win that game then, but he, you know, having him there on the field gives a defense someone else to look at.
I know.
And, you know, and that's another interesting stat is that how many different people we was talking about Silvers. These guys here, I mean, there were several times that we had 6, 7, and 9 receivers catching the football. Different receivers.
I know, it's amazing. So, it's amazing, and I think that balance is what made y'all so good.
As far as St. Luke's, did they stay 2A or they move up?
Can you believe this, Mike? You're gonna fall out of your chair. They've been moved to 1A.
Them, Elba, and Lynette.
Lynette's 1A, and they said Lynette might have been as good as anybody.
They were good. They were real good.
It's amazing. And y'all stayed at 2A?
We stayed at 2A, yeah.
Okay, and that's a tough 2A league.
So Elba and St. Luke's go to 1A.
And Lynette. The 2A state champion.
I tell you who hates to hear that is Brantley and Maplesville.
Oh gosh,
Maplesville, and then there was Sweetwater, Georgiana. It doesn't get any easier.
Exactly right. I tell you what, those 1A and 2A in South Alabama, you don't look at them as much in North Alabama, but 1A and 2A is tough in South Alabama.
It is extremely.
It's really amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Bart Snyder on our show, and in a moment we're going to be showing some highlights of this year's season, and I'm tickled that he came on the show. Of course, he's one of my favorite people. You know, back to your son Brock, tall, lanky.
See the 4th round game. I heard the fog came in, and nobody could see.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible.
It's foggy out here this morning, or it was when I come in, and it's nothing this morning.
I've never seen
Multiply it
anything
by
like it.
10. You couldn't even see we couldn't even see the opposing team on the other side.
Mike, the guy on the broadcast.
Coach, I've heard different stories. How late into the game did it come in? When did it start?
It was like 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter
That's right.
when it started in, and when it got
Before
slow.
that, y'all had pretty good conditions.
I mean, you could see.
Yes, it was great, but I mean,
Mike, the guy that was doing the on the field color for the radio station had to sort of relay, and he was on the sidelines. He had to relay to the broadcast crew what was going on. They couldn't see anything.
And talking to Dr. Bradford, it was at times that he couldn't really tell what was going on.
Could
He
the
had to move over.
the players see
No,
much?
sir. And talking to them on a Monday and Tuesday following the game, and it really worked to Leroy's advantage. They happened to be on offense as it got its thickest. And our guy said, Coach, we didn't know, we didn't have a clue where the ball was going.
And you've lived there all your life.
Could you talk to the referees that tried to
We tried.
Yeah. You've lived there all your life. You ever seen like
No,
that?
sir. And I talked to some others that have been there longer than I have, and they said they have never seen anything
and
like
ladies and
that.
gentlemen, I've been to a lot of venues. I said it on the show several times. I don't believe I've ever been to a venue, and I've been to the biggest college games in ever in Legion Field in Birmingham, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Jordan. I've been to a lot of big games.
You've been in Nebraska.
I've been to a lot of big places, but no venue was more impressive than that venue of Goshen and Leroy, because of the crowd effect. It was just wrapped around everything. They were 8 and 10 people deep, all the way from the sideline, all the way to the sideline, across both end zones. It was just a phenomenal day for Goshen, Alabama. One that will go. Did
anybody coach count the crowd? How many did y'all have?
It was kind of, you kept up with it. I didn't ask really.
Well, see, somebody told me a bus from their place came over and came in the back way, and they don't even know they took their tickets.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm sure that they did. I know with Alabama High School that you get that stuff covered, so I'm sure that they did.
But it was over 4,000?
I would say easily around that number right there. By the time you figure the bands.
And for a good old country stadium, that is a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
And, the concessions was wonderful. Let me tell you, I got to say this, ladies and gentlemen, because this weekend, I went up and ordered, I said, give me 2 large popcorns and 2 large, 1 Sprite, 1 Coke. It was $34.
For popcorn.
Everything in your concession stand was $1 or $2 was the most. In your concession stand. Do y'all do that on purpose?
Yes, sir. We feel like, as much as it costs to get into a game, we want our people to come and experience.
I mean, you were giving them the food almost at cost.
Make a little, but, there again, it's about having people in the stands to come and watch our band, watch our cheerleaders, and watch our team.
Well, I'll tell you one thing it did. It put people in the concession stands, because every time I went there were huge lines, but it was people buying concessions.
Yes, sir.
But at that price, everybody could afford it.
That's right. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's about the experience, and we were very blessed that our fan base does what they do, and great people. Great people.
Well, I tell you what, you were consistent all year long. Zach Alford, a name that will live in as long as Goshen football is being played. Young man, tell us about him real quick. Give us a description of him and why he is so good. He could play in the secondary. He could play wide receiver. He could play wildcat, of course, and he could play defensive back. Whatever, or linebacker. I mean, the guy is one of the best that's ever been through high school football.
He is definitely that.
In this part of the country.
He was injured all of the year. Matter of fact, he has a torn labrum.
Yeah.
And he has a special brace that he is wearing so that he can still play basketball.
And he's a good basketball player. He got 14 points the other night.
Just tell you a little bit just how he's a winner. And that's the simplest thing to put. He's a winner. So many of them, every one of these guys.
All right, when he was in the 9th grade, he was just a country boy from Pike County, Alabama. Is it something that's God given?
Yes.
Or is he coached to be this way?
We'd like to say this to coaching, you know, but honestly, you know, when you have
this
a special
kid's name
talent.
is Zach Alford, and he grew up. Would he bust in?
No, sir. He's been here. His family moved in when he was real little, but he has been in Goshen his whole life.
I tell you what, this guy reminds me of a Johnny Musso, a guy that could play any position or whatever, you know.
And he's so easily coached. He doesn't get upset. You'll
he doesn't
see
have
some
any
of the plays.
prima donna about him at all.
No, sir. No, sir. And
what kind of speed does he have?
He's like several kids that you coach or you see out there. You can put a clock on him, and you're going to say he probably runs a 4.7 40. But he's going to be faster than the person chasing him. That's the simplest thing. You're not going to hit him.
Right,
I've coached him since the 7th grade, and we've played some very good ball teams through that time. And he started playing on the varsity level, getting some plays out there as an 8th grader. And you just don't hit him.
Did you know at a young age he was? I mean, like in Pee Wee ball,
sir.
and did you know he was going to be exceptional?
Yes, sir. You could.
I mean, he just had a way to. I mean, a vision.
His vision is just. It's
he
just
always ran the right hole.
He made a pass Saturday at the basketball tournament. I mean, you thought he was just fixing to shoot the ball, and so did I think we're playing Luverne, and he throws the ball over and like he was going to shoot it. Just as soon as he got it, he takes it with his left hand and he flips it underneath to Michael Hollis, and the Luverne player was like,
"Yeah, what happened?
Where'd that come?" But that's you can't.
Yeah.
You can't coach those things.
So this guy with a natural ball, is he a raw guy or is he real quiet?
He's quiet. He's not.
But was he a good leader?
He is. They all were. They just all a good quiet group of guys. They were never. They're never looking at what they're doing. It's about what the end results.
Before we get into the film, compare him with the two great speedsters that we had, and both of them went to college. One of them played out at Louisiana Lafayette for all those years. How does he compare with those guys?
They're different type of people.
He wasn't as fast maybe as they are. Is that right?
It's just hard to say what Zach was just so elusive.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't hit him. I mean, it's just. I don't care.
Do you remember, old enough to remember Perry Griggs that played at Troy?
No, sir.
Well, you know, a guy that, you know, he'll have guys all around him, but figures a way to get it out of it.
Exactly. That's what Zach is he's that guy. Same way with Passmore. These guys are just, just phenomenal at what they do, and it's scary that they do some of the things they do. We were at one school, and the guy's pulling the chain, and he made a move and made 3 moves, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, did you just see that?" And I said, "We see it on a weekly basis."
And of course, he was a great leader on the team.
Great hands,
along with your son and a lot of other players. We're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to show some footage of what a great, exciting year it was for Goshen High School.
Troy Cable is the leader in smart home security, giving you solutions to monitor, protect, and automate your home. Troy Cable Security keeps your property safe with 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency response. Control thermostats and lighting remotely, which allow options for saving energy and money. Control access to your home remotely with integrated controls for door locks. You can even add our smart home cameras, which allow you to see what you care about instantly. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas District.
Napa know-how.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how. Napa know-how.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors. And also I want to mention our great friends at Dixieland Dental, located 9 miles north of Dothan on Highway 231. Dr. Michael Precise, Dr. John Strength, Dr. Damon Strength, and Dr. Robert Precise make up one of the largest dental clinics in Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Goshen Day on today in L.A. as we celebrate a great season for Goshen High School. Coach Bart Snyder is our guest, and tell us what we're fixing to watch.
Well, we got a few highlights from the year. I think we got the Ayrton game, Luverne, Pike County, and the playoff games, just a few of those.
You know, when I was talking to some players at the game, you know, one thing I liked about Coach Brown, Troy, the players got down there on their own. They, you know, of course, all the schools do this because they give them travel money and they gang together and put the money together and get in one car and go to the game. Well, they were also given one extra night at the hotel. So they had a good time, and this good-looking kid walking down the hall, and I said, guys, come over here. And I said, come over here. And it was our kid from Arrington, and they couldn't believe he was from Arrington, Alabama. Hey, what I'm trying to explain is there are players from everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, and he happens to be a great one. Mike, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Seth Calloway.
Seth Calloway.
Talking about it during the telecast that he plans on going into the Army after
his brother had to convince him.
Over, so.
Mike, how good was the broadcast? Was the broadcast good?
Yeah, they did a really good job. I mean, it was
Was anybody we knew?
No, it wasn't any like big names or anything like that.
But did they say good things about Troy?
Oh yeah, I mean they definitely did. I mean, talked a lot about the LSU win and you know, talked about, you know, the most wins, you know, since we've been Division I. So I mean, it was a really good time. You got Cassidy did a good job, and you know, Troy looked good. I mean, to put up 50 points, and I hate it when we gave up that last touchdown because Troy was the only team in the country that had only given up 25 points in a game.
Yeah, that's right.
And we give up that last touchdown, and unfortunately, we got a targeting penalty, Zoe Bridges now.
Hey, will he have to sit out next year?
We'll have to sit out the first half against Boise next year.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was
got a targeting penalty with a minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, you start hitting folks. You don't know where you're going to hit. I mean, you might hit him in the head, but it might be by pure accident, you know.
Do y'all have targeting in high school, Bart?
Yes, and sometimes it's called, sometimes it's not. It's a hard thing to call in high school ball because you don't have a review on it. And like your dad was saying right there, you know, when you go in to make the tackle, it's more of you know, away from the play. One of those things there is what that is instead of you know, helmet. And then you do have helmet to helmet, but you know, our officials do.
How does that work in high school? Are you suspended for a half, or are you kicked out of the game? How does that work?
It's a 15-yard penalty. You know, and I really am not up to date on that to be able to tell you that.
I tell you.
I was wondering because I mean, that's a big factor when you got to miss the whole first half of your first game of the next season. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
No question about it.
That's the way it is.
Okay, let's get into this film, Goshen High School football, ladies and gentlemen, and you gonna narrate it?
I will, yes,
all right,
sir.
Good.
This is us against Brantley, and Coach Kilcrease does a great job there at Brantley, and following.
That'll tell people a little bit about you. Y'all were physical. Y'all weren't a bunch of little short guys, too. No. I mean, y'all had some height.
We did.
And what you call range.
Yes, sir. There's Hamlin kicking off, the opening kickoff, and you see the frustration as you got 5 yards back.
And ladies and gentlemen, he's almost automatic, and you know it's such a valuable thing in college. This is that kid.
That's Brantley's kid. They're running back, quarterback Diggers, Parker Diggers. Great kid. Great basketball player, great athlete, but that was their only touchdown.
That was Mac Wise. That was the Wise kid, wasn't it?
No, that's Diggers.
Diggers, okay,
yes, sir, Parker Diggers. And you're down 7-0 off the first play of the game, and Bobby kicked the ball down to Damian Passmore, and
there he
nearly he nearly breaks. Just an amazing athlete himself. Is he
a senior?
He's a senior, yes, sir.
How many seniors do you have on this
16.
team? 16. That's probably the most ever, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I think that
and this is a solid program, buddy. They're well coached.
Quentin Daniels right there making the tackle. Coming back right here, make a throw, and there he is again, JaQuinton there, and then he's followed up by several others.
Was he 51 or?
52.
52,
yes, sir.
You had some good linebackers.
That's DeQuan Foster running the football right there. Another senior that got some playing time.
Zach's in
Here's
there,
Zach Alford right here. Just see that vision and quickness. You ain't gonna catch him.
Yeah, I know it.
I mean, you'll see several more of those things. And here's Hamlin.
And a lot of it is what they call vision. Isn't that right?
It is just unbelievable. You can't teach that. You can't coach that. And I know that he's small, but somebody.
How much does he weigh?
About 160 maybe.
I tell you who'd sign him right now, and he'd be a superstar. Would be Huntington.
Yes, sir.
But he's probably better than that. He could play corner. Don't you think he can play corner at Troy?
I know he can.
But I mean, one thing, he's going to play somewhere, no question.
There's DeQuan Foster with an interception right here, and you see the effort, you know, that the guys put into it afterwards. They're coming around making the plays. There's Brock running the football.
And see, he's got quickness and speed. He's just so deceptive, isn't he?
It is. When you're 6'4", and he's going to get better.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets in the right weight program. Caleb Dawson right here. He's a junior. Expect some big things out of him next year. Just
all right, now who called your offensive plays?
Ethan Carroll.
He did a great job.
He does a great job. He really does.
Where does he come from quickly?
Horseshoe Bend.
Horseshoe Bend?
Yes, sir.
He's not a local Carroll then?
No, sir, he's not.
Well, he's also your basketball coach, isn't he?
He is.
Boy, y'all got a good one, didn't you?
We did. He's a good guy, and he's a student of the game, and that's what you have to be.
How did you know about him from Horseshoe Bend? That's
Jason,
up there around Birmingham.
Well, he graduated from here at Troy.
Oh, okay.
Great. Watch this catch here. You don't think Zach Alford can't catch?
Oh, I know he can do it all.
that's caught it with two, but held on to it with one. He just.
How tall is he, Coach?
He's about 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, that's plenty tall. Plenty
he can
tall.
play. He can play.
Now, the signing day, that early signing day, do you feel like he's going to get some offers?
We haven't had any yet. Devin Bell, number 11, you see right there walking. We feel like he will sign with Western Kentucky.
Oh, God.
And here goes Alford right here. You see him getting those yards. Yeah. And this is a very big and physical Brantley ball team. Have you ever?
Oh, yeah.
Just look at that run.
Yeah.
You can't coach that. I'd like to be able to say that we did, but each one of us would tell you up front, you can't.
And this game was played at Titletown. Y'all had them 21-7. I thought your linebacker play was really good.
Yeah, you got a 54 in there, Taden Phillips, that does a real good job. He's a senior. He does a great job being the quarterback of that defense.
Now, they had another running back, the Wise kid, that was good right there.
He does, yeah. There's a great play right here. That's Damian Passmore coming off the edge right there to block a field goal. And there goes.
Look at this big guy run.
That's Devin Bell.
Now, he's a kid going to Western Kentucky?
Yes, sir.
And would it be a tight end or what?
He will be a defensive guy. He's going to be a rush guy.
Well, now, why does Troy let him get if he can play at West Kentucky, he can play at Troy, don't you think?
Yes, sir. And we change up. It kind of gets a little boring in the second half. We was going into the playoffs. This is game 10, so we kind of stayed pretty vanilla as to what we did. And there goes Passmore right there showing his ability.
And that's that kid you were talking about,
Yes,
King.
Wise.
And number 52.
11 and 52, all over the place.
Yeah.
There's Taden Phillips right there, number 54, shot through the gap, making a big play.
Who coaches your linebackers?
Darius McLean and Michael Wilcox.
I tell you what, they were very active.
Well, yes, sir. We work hard. Look at that. Corey Peterson right there making a play.
The team, one of the things is y'all have a lot of team speed, don't you?
Yes, sir. And there's Caleb Dawson coming in and forcing them.
I mean, that's going up against a proud team, and I bet they were.
We played them in basketball this weekend, and one of the players said that they felt like we were the best team that they played all year, and we greatly appreciate that. There's Alford at quarterback, and there's another.
So he threw the ball.
Oh yes, sir. That's another kid just caught the ball at 6'4", 195.
Now Brock, you utilized Brock. It seemed like more toward the end of the season. Is that right?
Well, we did throughout. I mean, we just did what we.
But there it goes right there. But he really was effective running the football.
Yes, sir. Well, and each game we did what we felt like we needed to do to win the ball game. Be it throw, be it run.
Now he's a lot faster than people look like.
Yes, sir.
Does he play basketball?
Yes, sir. He does. He does.
All right, 91 area champs, and we get into the playoffs here.
Well, this goes back to the Ayrton, just backing us up. And I'll tell you something else that was impressive about this group. That's our seniors right there.
Boy, that's good looking.
But we did have a few to quit playing. But we had several games to where, and I told Mr. David Mundy and Ken Rogers and Mike Inslee with the paper that things that impressed me was that it felt like it would pay off, and it did. Was we had several second quarter drives with less than 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
And you're going to see one here in a minute that is, to me, is
you talking about a program that's gotten better. Is this a beautiful playing field? Arrington, Coach Krill Crease has done a super job.
He's a great coach, and he's got a great staff, and works with them. Here's Zach Alford right here with the ball.
And look at that game tackling, Coach.
Yeah, it is. And them some big boys right there. We still think they have one of the best offensive lines that we played against all year, and there's Devin Bell making a tackle.
Tackling.
Yes, sir.
Eagles there, too. Is that the Herring kid, the quarterback?
Yes, sir. Great play right there by Caleb Dawson. Damian Passmore catching the ball.
Against a high school team, having to cover that kind of back out of the backfield is pretty tough.
It is, and being able to, to have the time to do that and to be able to make that read is impressive from a high school kid,
Your film guy did a real good job. He was up close enough so you can see what's going on.
That happens to be Stephanie.
Stephanie does the camera work? I did not know that. Your All-American wife.
That's exactly right.
Man, oh man, she's something. She's not only pretty, she can do a lot.
She can. She's great. I kick my coverage.
You're right. She was formerly Stephanie Dykema and was an All-American cheerleader at Charles Cincinnati School for 2 or 3 years.
Right.
This kid, a pretty good player here for them, and look how you gain
so fast, and gonna miss a lot of that, but we got some coming.
Have you had your banquet and
we do that? We do all our athletes. Majority of them play multi-sports, so we wouldn't have time right now. We just finished football, and all of them are playing basketball. That's a great play right there by Ayrton and Herring throwing the ball in there for a touchdown, and they go up 7-0 right here.
But then, hey, it just turned around in a hurry.
Yes, sir.
There he goes.
That's Damian right there with a good run. Great bounce. That kid's 5'5" maybe, but he's good. There's another great reason I think Zach Alford can play. Man. Just look at that.
He goes up there, he's going to get it, isn't
he? He can catch. Good, strong hands. Damian with the ball again right here. Just pull away from folks.
This is what Brock does so well, and man, and it's hard to bring down a big old guy like that. He's 6'4", 6'5".
Yes, sir. His vision is real good. And this is a great run right here by Zach. He's a little pass. Watch this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, man.
5.
Man, oh, man. What a player.
You can't coach that.
I mean, he just refuses to go down, doesn't he?
Refuses, yes, sir. He is a player.
This was a good football game, but y'all really got the best of them in the second half.
Well, and that's one of the things that we feel like we can do is this year is we'll be able to wear people down. We rotated people out. You don't hardly ever see the same defensive linemen in there all the time. We defensive backs, receivers, running backs, we're rotating them out. And you see that's what happens whenever you frustrate people and keep fresh legs.
Y'all didn't play a real lot of people both ways, did you?
We do play a lot, but no, sir, we rotate out a lot.
Yeah.
They play, everybody plays. If you're on the team, you're.
How many players did y'all dress?
There was 35.
Which is pretty good bit for
yes, sir.
2A school.
But that numbers are down. A lot of the younger kids didn't want to come out because of this series right here is right before half.
Who is this?
That's Damian Passmore. Yeah. I mean, that kid can play too. Yeah. He just needs a chance.
Oh yeah. Big 17, they're good looking.
He is that. 19 seconds were on the clock whenever Damian got the ball. Throws the ball there, the Hinkle, which is 17 that you're talking about.
Hinkle,
that's Hinkle right there.
And he could play somewhere too, couldn't he?
No doubt.
Is he a senior?
Yes, sir. He is.
Fine.
Already got 2 years in at Troy. That's time runs out right there. We're kicking with 0 seconds on the clock to take the lead. Actually, we go for a 2-point conversion.
Beautiful throw by.
Can't but one person catch it, and you see who catches the ball. Hinkle right there. So
and that turned the whole game around. It was Goshen all the way at this.
Yes, sir. And
again, you know, this is a huge weapon for so many high schools to run back kicks, but they not able to do that against Goshen.
You're going to start at the 20. The only thing that ever hurt us with it is the fact that we sometimes took it a little too slow to get out of the field. Another great play right there by Caleb Dawson to intercept the ball.
Boy, oh boy. You know, a lot of oneness on that team, wasn't it? Yeah, that's very important. And here comes Brock, and man, he is something else.
That's a good catch right here again. Guess who catches it?
Zach Alford.
Zach Alford. Throw that ball up where he can get it.
Look at this guy. Thank you. You're a good man, my friend. We're watching Goshen High School highlights on Today in L.A.
21-7 right there. And there comes the speed. There's Daquan Foster making the tackle, and then Devin Bell there to pick it up on that fumble.
Great defense there.
Yes, sir. And Zach Alford.
And you say he's already made 25 on his ACT test, so he's a smart kid too.
Yes, sir. And he's a qualifier. We've already got all that taken care of. All of those guys.
There your field goal.
Yes, sir.
What was the longest he kicked in the field goal that he kicked this year?
48.
Yeah.
48 yards.
And like we said, he puts on a clinic before the ball game. There were so many people watching him. I think I saw him kick a 56 or 58-yard field goal before the game, you know.
That's Xavier Rogers catching the football. Xavier come on big throughout the season for us. He plays all over the place. You see that coming in there. That's a nightmare for somebody to have to know that you're fixing to get hit like that.
You got a big front there, too.
Quick guys. There's Devin Bell making the play again.
So you think not only will he go to Western Kentucky, he'll play at Western Kentucky?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How much he weigh now? About 200, 220?
220, yes, sir. Purdue was after him, and they offered him. Coach Brom flew down a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really? That's a good program, too.
Talked to him. There goes Alford again running the football. And we asked him, just to, because he does so many things for us, just to avoid the contact. That was a great play right there by Corey Peterson, which is another kid that I think can play somewhere.
Yeah.
Corey is extremely smart. He, too, has already gotten classes out of Troy University through Global Studies with Dr. Brazell, and them do a great job of the academies and stuff that we have in the Pike County school system is just amazing what we offer our kids.
Your kicker, how many extra points did he kick this year? Or what percentage was he?
I think he had 64 attempts, made 59.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes, sir. An interception right there by Zach. I think that the only thing he frustrated there because he saw grass in front of him.
Yeah.
Big catch right there by Xavier Rogers, and he goes and gets the first down for us. which Ayrton, you know, they made it to the second round. Coach Kilcrease does a great job. The final score being 28-10. They got a great kicker down there too.
Did they?
Yes, sir. Now here we're playing Luverne. Coach Riles does a great job with his program down there, and you know, he had 2 losses back to back. St. Luke's and then with us.
And this is a big game against Luverne here.
A very big game.
And Coach Riles did a good job with them this year, didn't you think?
Yes, sir. I know he did. There's no doubt. You know.
And you out in your all purple. That's your home uniform, is that
well,
right?
We mix it up. We try to. Here's Hamlin right here making a pitch at the ball there to number 33, and he misses it, but then it goes off his shoulder. Yes, sir. Dakari Siler got it all. It hits bunts on the shoulder. He didn't see it. He went back to block, and then here's Passmore doing what he does, and you just look at his quickness right here.
Man,
look at his strength and balance.
Yeah. Look at him. Gosh.
He is strong.
They had good protection there.
Good throw and catch right there. Ian Hinkle, not afraid. There's 4 guys right there, and he catches it for a first down.
So Hinkin is a big kid too.
Yes, sir.
Did he have another year as his
No,
senior?
sir. He's a senior. He's got an offer out of Arkansas Tech.
Yeah.
But we feel like he'll get some more.
I bet he will.
He will, yes, sir. And the speed right there, there's Damian Passmore coming up for safety, Corey Peterson and others. There goes Zach. No, actually, that's Brock running the football there.
Seemed like he got better and better and better.
Well, yes, sir.
And of course, now he's not a selfish player at all. I mean,
none of these guys are. That's what makes this team so unique right here. And you'll see a good run right here. Watch Zach.
Once he gets out in daylight, what they call they got
open, yes, sir.
Yeah, he is just almost impossible, isn't he?
That's a field goal there by Hamlin. And again, you've seen Zach step out, but that's something that we've asked him to do because he does have a shoulder problem. And and you'll see in a minute when he's making a sacrifice, that ball's 8 yards deep into the end zone.
Now we watch him kick now, but now he is totally dangerous from anything that comes a big play for
That's
them.
a great play
Look
by
at this,
them.
though.
You
Look
see
at this right
Xavier
here.
Rogers. I mean, he runs him down.
I know, he sure does.
I don't know that he scores, but the referee says he does. But
of course, this game played in Luverne, wasn't it?
No, sir. It's
that's your place.
That's
That's right.
Yes,
That's right. That's your
goal.
scoreboard. I wonder how y'all get these nice scoreboards, Coach.
You see those 4 little dots around the edge right there? Pepsi Cola of Luverne is a great group of people, and Pepsi takes care of us.
It makes a beautiful
It does. Our
scoreboard.
Every one of our facilities, softball, basketball, volleyball, baseball, is great. You see that team quickness right there. Caleb Dawson making the tackle. There's Quentin Daniels. I mean, you just.
I know it. This was a good Luverne team, too. They got better as the
and you know, that's something on point. That's a great catch right there by Ian. We just got on to him pretty hard about going up and getting the ball he did, but the snap was kind of bad.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at Zach.
And, you know,
they pushed him 10 more yards,
Yes,
Coach.
sir. Well, he kept his balance and moving.
Yeah.
Here comes Damian. And just watch this. This kid can play.
And this is Brock.
Brock, yes, sir.
Yeah, I watched Brock behind him.
And the touch right there. And there's Hinkle with the ball again, just showing his hands and ability. Here goes Alford. This is where Zach gets hurt right here. No, it's the next one. But he dives in and lands on the shoulder.
Oh, yeah, boy, that's painful.
And we go up. It's 10-7 right here, I think's what it is.
Hamlin's a straight A student, too, isn't he?
Oh, yes, sir, 10-6.
He could go to Harvard or Yale, anywhere on full scholarship,
He's
probably,
getting looks
couldn't
from there, same as Brock. They have been contacted about
Oh,
those
Brock, that'd
Ivy
be
League
wonderful,
schools.
yeah. Brock's a good student, too, isn't he?
He or Hinkle or Peterson will be a valedictorian.
Oh, is that
Tatum
amazing?
Phillips, yes, sir.
Now, who are those names you called out?
Brock, of course, Ian Hinkle, number 17. Tatum Phillips, number 54.
Yeah.
Number 3, Corey Peterson. and then Hamlin 18.
Well, that is, I know you're awfully proud of him.
And that's a good throw right there when you're throwing a 10-yard out in high school ball. And this here we're down with just a few minutes to go in the first half, and we're driving the ball back down the field, and we're going to get 3 points out of it. That's.
See, it kicks it a mile.
And we don't. And that was. As getting into the St. Louis ball game, I think all this stuff right here is what kept those guys composure. No, it don't matter.
You know, a lot of people don't sign kickers because they think they'd rather get them to compete and all that. But hey, your guy, he's a scholarship type of kicker. I mean,
sir.
You know, you don't find guys like him every day.
And you're looking at a very fast Luverne ball team right here, and that's a great play by Tay Brantley, their quarterback, which is going to be extremely good. He's a junior this year. And
for them.
Yes, sir, and he'll be. There goes Alford right there running the ball. You see the blocking right there, Caleb Dawson downfield. Yeah. Here goes Alford at
man,
quarterback.
Look at this! Look at this! How much did he weigh? About 170?
Around 160. There's another kid that'll be our quarterback next year, Brian Galloway, that comes in.
Yeah, tell me about him. Is he a good quarterback?
Oh, yes, sir. He's going to give us a little different
been waiting a long time, though.
Well, he's just a 10th grader.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
Yes, sir. And then here goes Zach and just steps in.
It's all about instinct.
He's quick. And Hamlin, of course, kicking it through 20-6. And there goes Bell. That shows you his strength.
And Bell's 6'4", you reckon?
6'5".
Well, see, he's liable to weigh 280 before it's all over with.
Yes, sir. He'll be fine.
People need to, can he run real good? Has he got good speed?
He's the one that returned the block field goal.
Okay.
And there goes Brock again.
Y'all just sort of overpowered Luverne here at the end.
Just wore him down.
Look at here. Look at Brock.
And that's one thing. Brock works. Coach McLean and D. Brundage and others and ourselves work. This is where he gets hurt right here. He reaches out and the boy falls on his shoulder. You see him grab it right there. And
did they hold him out for a while?
Well, he dislocated his shoulder, so he was out. And then after Dr. Dews and them looked at it, they didn't think he needed to play. However, that's not in his character. He got a brace, and we moved him out to receiver, and he did run the Wildcat some, but he didn't go in and run it.
So in the big games, he didn't do a lot of running.
No, so there's a great play right there by Caleb Dawson and Dakari Siler. Dakari Siler's another one of those kids that is great. That was called an incomplete pass.
Need to answer replay on that.
Yes, sir. But, you know, the referees do good. And this is a great catch right here by their receiver. Good throw by Tay Brantley as well, and right there at the end.
And this quarterback's going to be with them for
one more year, yes, sir. He does a great job, which Coach Riles and them do. And we could score it right here. We're comfortable on that because we nailed a couple of plays there on the 1 yard line. And you don't get anything for points scored.
Yeah.
You see where Passmore's right there at the at the 2, and then we had for first down, and we just let it run out. And you know, I guess you want to set records and stuff, and maybe that's what I should have done, but that
was a big victory over a good program. Here's your Leroy game.
Here's the Leroy, the Fog game.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the better football games
you can see it's kind of hazy there. This is our last one. But I think we should have the St. Louis and Pike County games on here.
Hello. He's unable to talk right now. Call him back 30 minutes.
Let me leave my information for him to give me a call. I might be on another claim in 30 minutes. Do you have a pen and paper?
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Zach Alford with a run right there. Just shows his quickness and ability to stay up.
Go ahead.
Comes Brock with the ball going around left end and dives in for the touchdown.
What's your name again? Okay. Thank you.
Ties the game up 7-7.
Sorry about that. Al.
And there's their number 3. That freshman running back was so good. So they're up, in the second quarter, 14-7. But now it's kind of clear right here.
And everybody was talking about him, but I tell you, the longer that game went on, the more y'all really did a great job on him.
Yes, sir. And I really think that the weather and the fog had the big thing. It just perfect timing whenever the cards were laid. Here's Zach back in at quarterback, running the Wildcat, and you just see his elusiveness. I mean, and there again, you see him step out. Now, the Zach without an injured shoulder, he probably gets in the end zone there. Here's a good throw and catch by Brock to Zach, ball thrown up over the defender, and one person catches it.
Big time out.
Just catches it, throws in. So we're tied 14-14 with 5 minutes in the third quarter, and then here we go with punt, beautiful punt right here. Just watch this ball, and then watch the effort right here by our guys. Bam. Damian Passmore comes up, punches it out. Mikael Avery right there to get it. Opportunities lay ahead, and we've been on Mikael, which is a 10th grader. We expect some big things out of him. Here's Zach in at the Wildcat, and Damian goes around left end, gets us down to like about the 2 to 3 yard line, and we go in what we call our big or a heavy set and follow him there and just let Zach just do his. You can't. That effort gets it in, and we're up. And you can see the fog beginning to come in right now, and that's a typical fog that you might see in our area.
Yeah.
So 7 minutes now.
This is just unreal now. Look at this.
You can't see. I mean, you can't even see. That's the hash right there.
And you're down there on the field, aren't you?
Yes, sir. And you can't see. We don't know who's got the ball right there.
I know it.
I don't know that the officials know who had the ball. Matter of fact, Caleb Dawson makes that tackle. This is where we kick the field goal or make the field goal attempt.
Is that the end of the game?
It would have been the end of the game right here, and it gets blocked. We don't know who blocked it, where they come from, but great call right here. We don't tackle the guy, and a lot of people say y'all didn't show effort. No, you got 15 seconds on the clock. We're down by 7, so we our guys did the right thing, and we nearly pulled that off. We like to have had a kickoff return there, so that just shows the intelligence of our guys knowing what to do. Here's a Pike County ball game. Coach Holland does a great job down there. You got some humongous
That was a
athletes.
big win for y'all, I thought.
It was one of those have to. We went in after losing to Elba, knowing that we'd be second or third in our region, thinking at least we should be second if we went out. And then Lou Verne.
Of course, they had a good run back. Y'all just shut him down, didn't
Yes, sir. He had a couple of big runs. I think he gets one here in a few minutes.
They're about as physical as you can get.
Yes, sir, they are.
They work hard in the weight room.
They do. Here's the run right here by their guy. We just his quickness, Lampley right there.
Yeah,
we should have.
I would think he'd have a chance to play somewhere.
Yes, sir. Good kid, great kid. Great effort there by Damian Passmore, never giving up. They're up by 6 right there, and here comes Zach.
Now, this right here is unreal.
I mean, just.
Now, you show that to anybody, how he jumped out of that and should have been a 10-yard loss.
Right. And that's a great ball team right there. Pike County had not had but one loss coming in this game. Here's Caleb Dawson making a good run right here. Picks up a big first down.
How much does Dawson weigh?
He's
big
about
kid.
190, 195.
Yeah. But your defense really came to work here.
Yes, sir. They really step it up in the second half. Good play right there by DeQuan Foster coming up. I think this is in the second quarter we get right here and stands in, makes a great
throw.
Great catch by Corey Peterson. Good throw, but a great catch by Corey Peterson.
And he stood in that pocket too.
Goes Hamlin. Check this out. Watch these guys where the ball ends up. That's unbelievable. That's a high school kid.
That's right.
On the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
That was several times throughout the year. This is off one of those right there. And defensive play. I don't know why that wasn't a safety, because he didn't come out of the end zone. Our group was very physical. Just down to a few seconds on a minute in the first half.
Now, who's this kid here for you?
That'll be our quarterback. That's Brian Galloway.
Pretty good athlete,
oh,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Boy, that was a great effort.
It was a great effort. I'm trying to see who that was. Corey Peterson.
Right, yeah.
Great effort right there, Damian Passmore.
Now, how many starters y'all return next year, Coach?
People with experience, we'll have several. I'm not exactly sure, not counted those up.
So the playoffs really helped you develop your team?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here's Zach getting the ball thrown by Brock and just picks
He's
up
not
the first.
intimidated by anybody, is he?
No, sir. And he's injured. I mean, you tell him the kid right here, if he gets
It's just like a rise, and I know how to shoulder
Damian Passmore right there. See that balance and quickness
Yeah.
that this guy showed. And this is as big as any college team that you see, you know, from high school. And here he goes right here. What balance? Look
You're
at that.
right. You're exactly right.
I mean, he can play. He can play somewhere. He'll get his
Has he
opportunity.
got his grades and so
yes,
forth
sir.
up too?
He'll
That's
be
good.
fine. Yes, sir. He's got some work on the ACT. So we're it's right here at the end of the first half, and we make the score 7-6. Drove down in less than 2 minutes on the clock and scoring. Now here we're going back down, getting the ball. That's Xavier Rogers.
It's amazing. You had how many different receivers?
Oh, there was 10, 11 of them.
That's
but we all,
unreal
and
for a
it's-
2A team
yes,
to have
sir.
that many receivers.
And you get them the ball. And
But
that's,
that many
that's the
players
thing.
catch a football.
This game here, there was 9 different receivers. Here's a 43-yard field goal. And again, we scored
Look
a
how much
touchdown.
room, ladies and gentlemen, it had. It would have been a 54 easy.
We scored a touchdown in less than 2 minutes. We stopped them, got the ball back, drove down the field, put another field goal on the board to give us a 10. And this is what hurt. Well, they don't show it right here, but they return a kickoff, but they don't score. They get one. That's their one first down in the second half. And you're talking about a Pike County ball team that is very good.
Oh yeah.
That's Devin Bell making a play right there.
We're on Today in L.A. with Coach Bart Snyder, looking at some of the highlights of an outstanding year.
Zach Alford right here. Just sets it
There
up,
you go.
reads his blocks, makes his play. And this is beginning the second half.
That was an excellent play call right there,
Caleb
Coach.
Dawson right there set up beautifully.
Yeah. Thank you.
Look at this run right here.
Yeah, it's going to be over in a minute. No, it's not. Oh, it's not? Oh, how much more time do you have, Coach?
We can end it whenever you want to.
Oh.
It's still about 20 minutes of highlights.
Oh, it is?
That's why I'm saying maybe we do a part 2 tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know, very proud of these guys, and he scores, and we get a penalty, and it comes back, but then they come right back right here.
Yeah.
There's Alford again.
Oh man.
And he can play receiver. And again, he's told and taught. We tell him to get out because of his injury. And here's a beautiful catch right here by Ian Hinkle. Good throw right there. He lays out and makes a great catch. And there's Damian running the football.
Boy, I tell you, that was a great game right there too.
It was, yes, sir. And here goes Caleb Dawson with a good run.
Again,
right
a good
here.
misdirection play.
Yes,
That's what
sir.
you got to do against people like Pike County.
That's correct. And here goes
They had 8 in
Alford.
the box that time, Coach.
Yes, sir. Just look at this. I mean, this kid. There's some big old boys from Pike County. He doesn't.
No
he doesn't
question
back
about
down.
it. As physical as you can get right there. Look at that.
And he's in the end zone, making it.
Good
21.
line surge by
Yes,
you
sir.
guys. Pitch one's a player for you.
Yes, sir.
Now, that was a big kick there, 17-14.
He slips, but still, that's how you play them. Zach back in, and here goes Damian Passmore with a huge run. Great balance. And then this is a good run right here by Zach. Just sets, follows his blocks. He hits that seam. That's his quickness.
Look at that. Look at that. Like, oh, man, that was... He went through there just full blast.
I think he can play that with anybody.
So that was sort of put the final nail in the
yes,
coffin.
Sir, that did. That did. That's 24-14. I actually think that's the final right there, that one. And I think the St. Luke's game may be on here somewhere.
And then did y'all get what an effort. Who did that?
Damian Passmore. I mean, we do a sky kick right there, the ball, the guy sits there for
he went way up
over
in there
and got the ball, and there goes Zach. And we could have scored here, but we nail it out and go into victory.
Your line dominated that game right there.
Yes, sir. Great effort right here by
went all the way to the 1 yard
JJ.
line.
Yes, sir. And there again, the opportunity to put more points on the board, but that's not what we do. We win the ball game.
Yeah.
And I know we were pushed on time, but this is the St. Luke's game, which may be one of the biggest games in the history of Goshen.
Yeah. We'll run it till quitting time. We'll run it till quitting time, and that'll do it. And of course, this was a huge game in the playoffs at Mobile.
And you'll see right here, this guy that they got, their quarterback, as good as any that I've ever seen. Number one is for a runner.
Is he mostly? Oh, they ran that old Notre Dame box.
Notre Dame box, yes, sir. And that's their number 3. They had a lot of weapons. They go up right there, 7-0. We wasn't worried about that because we do that a lot for some reason. But then we get the ball right here. Guy gets it, makes a great return. Their one comes, see him coming across the field right there. He's hit and hits right on top of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
They recover it. They end up scoring. Their number one's he's fixing to go.
This is their tailback.
Yes, he's right here. He's a runner. He's a quarterback.
How big is he? About 190?
No, sir. And this was a big play right here. It was 3rd and long, and Devin makes the tackle. Devin's 6'5". He grabs a guy, and he ducks down, and he catches his face mask. And there, see how quick this kid is? Yeah. He's a lot like Zach. He's fast. 8-13 off of a fumble. Great throw and catch right here. Xavier Rogers with a big play.
That sure was. Boy, look at him.
He's fast, too. He's not that big of a guy, but he's a great high school football player.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Good call.
Yes,
Screen pass,
screen pass right there to Corey Peterson, which gets called back.
Oh, man. So you got some of this was the playoffs, though, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Here goes number 1 again.
Has that school been down there a long time, or is it fairly new?
I think just in existence maybe 8-10 years.
Yeah.
And this is something right here. You can't have this to happen. That just shows this kid's athletic ability.
He's got that quick step.
He's gone. So they're up 21-0.
Is he a senior?
No, sir. He's a junior.
Like
I said, 1A ball will have to deal with him next year. Thank goodness, not 2A. Get the kickoff right here.
And you're down, what, 3 touchdowns?
Yes, they're down 3 touchdowns. Great catch right here by Ian Hinkle. And strength. Just
He's a talented kid now. How big is Hinkle?
He is 6'4", 195.
And is anybody looking at him?
Arkansas Tech has made an offer to him right now, but we keep hoping that there'll be a few others.
How fast is he?
He runs a 4.8 40.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, somebody will look at him because Ware was, that's how big he was, about 6'4", 220.
Well, he can play.
We'll have to shut this down in a minute, but boy, this is wonderful footage. Golly,
it is. That's 28-7. They're back up by 21 again. Here we go right here. Ian again making a good first down catch. See, he does stiff arm.
He's a big old boy.
He is a big kid.
He's a tight end written all over him, doesn't he?
Yes, sir. Great catch right here by Xavier Rogers, and he just outruns them.
Yeah.
Hate that we don't get to see all of this, but you know, it's been great great season for our guys. Not just for football.
Yeah.
But it's been great all the way around at Goshen so far.
I tell you what, you name the date and come back and we'll finish this.
Okay, all right, that'll be fine. We'll be glad to do that. Maybe
I've got a cake auction in the morning, but Thursday morning be wide open. If you can
all
do
right.
it. Yeah.
I don't see why I can't. I got some things to do, but I think I can make that work.
Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, I know you enjoyed this as much as I did. This wonderful year at Goshen High School, and of course, I know you're awfully proud of it. And you know, this. I hope you'll take these highlights and give them to some of your players.
Oh, we will. They will have this. And like I said, you know, just not what we've done here. Our volleyball season has done an outstanding job.
Your basketball team's going to be good too.
Basketball is off and running. They won the Brantley Christmas tournament over the weekend. Cross country, Miss Schofield, Coach Schofield, has done a great job with that. We had a guy that competed with it. We had swim team.
Yeah, I hear you got a good swimmer too.
We have several of them. All of them do a great job. So we're very proud of what we've done, and the guidance of Dr. Bazell and Major Lane have done outstanding.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bright and early. We've got a cake sale coming up tomorrow morning, so get ready to buy some cakes and pies. Have a great day. Remember,